World Police found over 90,000 bits of stolen art. Interpol, National Police Forces, and customs officers found an ancient gold mask that is over 600 years old. They also found very old jewelry and ancient coins. It was stolen from museums. Thieves took some art treasures while countries were fighting wars. Police arrested 100 Liro-1 checkers across the world. They found the art and the deep sunlight. Interpol said the number of arrests and objects show how big this problem is. It said every country with a long history could be a target. It said international criminal networks are trafficking the stolen art.
The penguins from a zoo in Kansas visited a local art museum. The zoo and the art museum wanted the penguins to do something different. The coronavirus pandemic closed the zoo. The penguins became lonely. The zoo said the penguins decided to go on a trip to the zoo to get a little culture. The penguins missed seeing zoo visitors. The zoo said during the shutdown period, our animals really miss visitors. The museum joked that the penguins like Italian art. It said they like the artist Caravaggio's more than Monet. It was happy the penguins like the arts. The penguins are from Peru and Chile.
Today I want to introduce news about Amazon. Amazon released its first PC game. It's called Crucible. It is a science fiction game. The characters have special powers. People can get the game for free from the website Steam. Amazon is new to making video games. It hopes to be a big maker of games. Players think Crucible could be a rival to the game Fortnite. Crucible is in a scary world in deep space. It is dangerous for people to go outside. Players can go outside, but they must hunt monsters. They must also collect a special thing called essence. This helps players level up. Amazon hopes Crucible will help people to connect with each other. It said games are a fun from an environment.
Twitter has told many of its employees they can work from home forever. Boss Jack Dorsey told workers they can work from home even after the COVID-19 pandemic ends. Twitter said it will decide when it will open its office, but that will not happen before September. It said workers will decide when to come back. When they open, it will be careful, international, office by office, and gradual. Twitter is in a good position for workers to work at home. Workers can contact each other on video chat platforms like Zoom. Twitter said it could help workers at home very quickly. It said workers are capable of working from anywhere. It added that workers have successful work at home in the past few months. It said if they want to continue to do so forever, we will make that happen.
Twitter has told employees they can work from home forever. Workers can work from home even after the pandemic ends. Twitter will decide when to open its office. That will not be before September. Workers will decide when to go back. When office open, it will be careful and office by office. Twitter is in a good position for workers to work at home. Workers can use Zoom to have meetings. Twitter can help workers at home very quickly. Its worker can work from anywhere. Workers can have successfully worked at home for a few months. Twitter said if they want to continue to do so forever, they can.
Hello everyone, I'm Evelina. Today I want to talk about people want a different life after lockdown. A survey company asked 4,343 people about life after lockdown. The answers were surprising. Only 9% of people want life to return to normal. Over half of people, 54% want to change how they live. A researcher say there is a real desire for change and for the nation to learn from this crisis. Most people say life has changed. Just over half noticed cleaner air, and 27% have seen more animals. People may use cars less and work from home after the lockdown. More people are cooking and not buying ready-made food. People are trying new things at home, in their work and with other people. Thank you very much.
The news I want to share today is about dog noses. Researchers believe they have solved one of scientists' greatest mysteries. They think they have found out why a dog's nose is cold. Scientists from universities in Sweden and Hungary have posited that dogs' noses are constantly cold because they act as ultra-sensitive heat detectors. Canines can sense the temperatures of something before they touch it. They added that dogs use their noses to detect tiny changes in temperature, such as when possible predators or prey are nearby. Humans generally only know something is hot after touching it, often with painful consequences. It was common belief that the only reason dogs' noses are cold is to control and regulate their own body temperature. The researchers conducted experiments on 60 dogs that had to detect the temperature of different objects in the room. The objects had different temperatures that humans could only differentiate by touching them. The scientists said that the brain activity in the dogs showed that they could discern which objects were warmer than others. Anna Balian, lead author of the study, said, dogs are able to sense the thermal radiation coming from warm bodies or weak thermal radiation, and they can change their behavior according to this signal. Another scientist said scientists should now evaluate how predators hunt. Many may use heat sensing abilities to track or sense their prey. My sharing is over. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about the crocus issues. One of America's top crocuses will have no elephants in its shows after 2018. All its elephants will retire in an animal conservation center. They will retire there. 100 years ago, it was okay for animals to be in crocuses, but not today. People are worried about them. The crocus will continue to use other animals. Many groups have criticized crocuses. One group said crocus elephants have a bad life. They have painful bones and lung diseases. It wants the elephants to retire now. Many places in the USA have banned elephants. It is hard for crocuses to go on tour. Crocus owners said they understand the public's feeling. Finally, it is best not to let animals do behaviors that violate their instincts. It is best for humans and animals to get along peacefully. Thank you.
The Amazon rainforest is burning. French President Emmanuel Macron said it's an international crisis. He said urgent action is needed. World leaders are at the G7 summit should talk about them. He tweeted, "Our house is burning. The Amazon rainforest is on fire. It is an international crisis." Germany's President called the fires and accused immigrants. She said they were dangerous to the whole world. The UK leader called the fires heartbreaking. He wants to bring them under control and help protect one of us greatest wonders. The UN said the Amazons and our ocean must be protected.
The technology website World.com has recited this list of the most influential video game of the decade. Number one of the list game that had the biggest impact on the amazing industry in the 2010s. Fortunately, the second place is another game that attracts millions of the game to take up gaming Microsoft. Other games in the top 5 are Dark Souls, Gone Home, and The Legend of Zelda. Many people might argue other games should have been on the list. Games on the other top 5 lists including Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Pokemon Go, which was the least major game in portrait AR. Pokemon Go has a million of the game running around the world. Verse 3 in search of mystical curiosity. World.com says the many creative games were released the 2010s and many of them research the entire video game landscapes. It says the list can only contain a limited sample of the game, just those that made the most sizable. Culture shocking impact. The reason fortunately top the list is because it's one of the only game of decade to truly influence broader pop culture. Fortunately, it's now more popular than many global sports. The annual Future World Cup takes place at the Orthodox Stadium in New York, home of US Tennis Open, a top of 30 million won to the winner in the 2019s, where says there is more to come from Fortune. It Verb's influence just starting to show the scale.
Good evening, welcome to Breaking News English. I'm Shanshan. There is one major news to be reported. Today's headline is U.S. to encourage use of face masks. The USA is advising people to wear face masks. This could slow down the spread of COVID-19. The WHO said people who are not sick do not need masks. Other organizations say people in countries like Singapore and South Korea wear masks. In these countries, infection rates are lower. Many experts say nurses and doctors need masks. They say masks could make people feel safe so they mix with other people. Other experts worry that homemade masks will not stop the virus. The White House said the most important thing is the social distancing, washing your hands, and not touching your face. About today's major news. Thanks for your watching. Good day, and till next time.
Today I want to share news. It's from Breaking News. The lesson is Art Museum. Penguins from the Kansas City Zoo visited an art museum for a day. They went to the nearby Nason Atkins Museum of Art. The Zoo and the Art Museum wanted the penguins to have a change of scenery. The coronavirus pandemic closed the zoo, so the penguins were lonely. A zoo official said quarantine has caused everyone to go a little crazy. Several of the penguins decided to go on a field trip to the zoo to get a little culture. The penguins missed regularly since zoo visitors. The zoo said, "We are always looking for ways to enrich the penguins. Like during this shutdown period, our animals really miss visitors. The museum joked that the penguins like Italian art. It said they seem to react much better to Caravaggio than to Monet. It added, "We are so happy seeing how they react to art." The penguins are from Perrault and Troll. Thank you for watching.
Twitter has told many of its employees they can work from home forever if they want. CEO Jack Dorsey told workers on Tuesday that they will be allowed to work from home even after the coronavirus pandemic ends. Twitter said opening office will be our decision. When and if our employees come back will be their decision. Twitter was one of the first companies to let workers work from home in the pandemic. Twitter said most of its offices would not open before September. It added when they do open, it would be careful, intentional office by office and gradual. Twitter is in a good position to have workers working from their home. Many employees and bosses can contact each other on video chat platforms like Zoom. Twitter said we were uniquely positioned to respond quickly and allow folks to work from home. It said its workforce is capable of working from anyone. It added, the past few months have proven we can make working from home work. If our employees are in a role and situation that enables them to work from home, and they want to continue to do so forever, we will make that happen.
President Donald Trump tweeted Sunday morning that he has ordered for the national good to start the process of withdrawal from D.C. after days of peaceful protest. They will be going home, but can quickly return if needed. For the protest showed up last night and answers Trump tweeted. 5,000 National Guard soldiers has been called to patrol the nation's capital. 3,000 out of states National Guard trapped from even states and 1,000 displaced group trapped. Amidst ongoing protests over the police killing of George Floyd, a black man who died at the hands of a white officer in Minneapolis. Trump did not specially in the 20 water he meet or racial group force should be judged, or if he has it, judge refers to out of state trap order to leave. In a Friday letter to the president, DC measures urge that the advanced law enforcement are influenced and adhering to the groups of people protesting in the wake of Friday.
Japan's Nagasaki University will not hire teachers who smoke. It wants a healthy place to work and study. It wants to look after its staff and stop people smoking. There will be no smoking in the university from August. About 8% of the university's professors and teachers smoke. Most streets, restaurants, and bars in Japan are no smoking. There is a no smoking campaign ahead of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. The number of smokers in Japan fell from 49% of adults in 1966 to 28% last year. A company in Japan is giving workers extra days off to workers to stop smoking.
Hello, I'm Andy. Penguins from a zoo in Kansas visited a local art museum. The zoo and the art museum wanted the penguins to do something different. The coronavirus pandemic closed the zoo. The penguins became lonely. The zoo said the penguin decided to go on a trip to the zoo to get a little culture. The penguins missed seeing zoo visitors. The zoo said during this shutdown period, our animals really missed visitors. The museum joked that the penguins liked Italian art. It said they liked the artist Caravaggio more than the Monet. It was happy the penguins liked the art. The penguins are from Peru and Chile.
The number of new Netflix subscribers doubled in the past 3 months. It said 15.77 million new subscribers signed out. This is because of the coronavirus pandemic. Millions of people are watching films and TV shows. Netflix is now one of the world's most valuable companies. Netflix say increase the temporary and will go down after lockdown. Instead, membership growing will slow down. It added the coronavirus has reached every corner of the world, and no one knows how or when this terrible crisis will end. Netflix will produce more new shows in the future.
Research suggests the people who living closer to the ocean or sea are happier. Research from the University of East in the UK said people who living in coastal areas has better mental health than people who living inland. This is for rich people and poor people. Their Richmond looked at data from survey of 25,963 people. The surveys asked people questions about their happiness, lifestyle, and income. The find landlords who living without 1 kilometer of the coast are 22 per case living likely to show a sign of mental health problem. People who live in more than 5 kilometers from the coast has more stamp and mental health problem. The research from the poor people living without sign of the coast with around 40% less likely to have mental health symptoms than the who living in land. Land research from the state Dr. John Hussey. The research suggests for the first time, the people in poor households living close to the coast experience fewer semester full of mental health disorder. She said the area along coast seemed to protect people who embracing mental health people that seem to improve people's health and well-being. Just they're getting at when it comes to the mental health. The poor in long could play a useful role in health to level the playing field between those on high and low income. Another researcher who said the need to help public marketers understand how to maximize the well-being benefits of blue space in towns and cities. We need to ensure the action is fair and income for everyone, with not damaging or fragile coastal environments.
Best year for music. We all have a favorite years for music. For song, it is 1824. That's when Beethoven finished his Symphonies No. 9. Others say it is 1969 because of the Beatles. A UK radio station from 1991 was the best year. This is because of bands like R.E.M. and Nirvana. That year could be the best because many listeners were teenagers in 1991. A scientist thing, we still love songs we heard when we were teenagers. In our teenage years, we make many big life-changing decisions and start long-term relationships. Music controls our emotions, so songs we heard in our teens stick with us. Old people have a better memory for things they experienced in their teens. Finish. Thank you.
A study has been found that mothers all over the world speak to their babies in the same way. The result is found the baby led at Princeton University in the USA. The researchers who did the study said mothers is a universal language. They said baby talk is not just a lot of cute notes and cues. The words and thoughts that mothers say to their babies are quite climate. They find a special form of communication that mothers use in the sound wave across the world. Those sounds are very important in helping the language development. In fact, Dr. Aris Pisa, co-founder of the research, said baby talk is a lot more important than we thought. She said it is not something to be embarrassed about at all. The research
record 24 different mothers talking to their babies. The sad babies were aged between 7 months and 1 year. The mothers spoke their children in 10 different native languages, including English, Spanish, Mandarin, Rizal, and Hebrew. Dr. Pista said. Dr. Pasta said, "We basically brought mothers into the lab and had them play with and read their warm babies, just like they were at home." She added, "We find that mothers change the basic quality of their words when speaking to infants, and they do so in a very similar way across many diverse languages." The study did look at father talk, but Palista said that it's likely father would also speak in a similar way across the world.
Amazon released its big PC game. It's called Crucible. It is a science fiction game. The characters have special powers. People can get the game for free from the website's team. Amazon is now to making video games. It hopes to be a big maker of games. Players think Crucible could be a real to the game Fortnite. Crucible is in a scary world in deep space. It is dangerous for people to go outside. Players can go outside, but they must hunt monsters. They must also carry a special ship called Aces. This helps players level up. Amazon hopes Crucible will help people to connect with each other. It says games are a fun form of environment.
Twitter has told employees they can work from home forever. Workers can work from home even after the pandemic ends. Twitter will decide when to open its office. That will not be before September. Workers will decide when to go back. When office open, it will be careful and office by office. Twitter is in a good position for workers to work at home. Workers can use Zoom to have meetings. Twitter can help work at home very quickly. Its workers can work from anywhere. Workers have successfully worked at home for a few months. Twitter said if they want to continue to do so forever, they can.
Twitter has told many of its employees they can work from home forever if they want. CEO Jess Dorsey told workers on Tuesday that they will be allowed to work from home even after the coronavirus pandemic. And Twitter said opening office will be our decisions when and if our employees come back. Will be their decisions. Twitter was one of the first companies to let workers work from homes in pandemic. Twitter said most of the office would not open before September. It added when they do open, you will be careful, intentional, office by office, and Gardon. Twitter is in a good position to have workers working from their home. Many employees and bosses can contact each other on video chat.
platforms like Zoom, Twitter says we are uniquely positioned to respond quickly and allows folks to work there from home. It said if work force is capable of working from anywhere. It that the past few months have proven we can make working from home work. If our employees are in a roles and suggestions that enable them to work from home and they want to continue to do so forever, we will make that happen.
New York decided people can get married despite the city being in lockdown. The governor signed an order letting people get married online. A wedding has been stopped to tie the knot on the lockdown. Couples must now apply for a marriage license online. Clerks will conduct the ceremony visually. The new online weddings are legal. A city official said the executive order will temporarily suspend provisions of law that require in-person visit. Couples can marry via video conferencing. This was previously not legal. The governor joked that there is now no excuse when the question comes up for marriage. You can do it by Zoom. Video conferencing platform allow guests to attend online. Stay-at-home measures have been extended in New York until at least the 15th of May. Social distancing measures could be around for months. This means wedding and other events may continue to be online.
The USA is encouraging Americans to wear face masks. There is a talk about whether or not face masks are active to slow down the spread of COVID-19. The government is encouraging Americans to use hand masks like face masks and scarves. The WHO has recommended that people who are not sick do not need to wear masks or cover their face. However, other organizations say face masks can help to slow virus. They say people in countries like Singapore and South Korea wear masks and reported infection rates are lower. Some health experts believe that masks could cut the risk of people spreading the virus and protect those who have not contracted it. Other health officials worry that if everyone buys masks, there may not be enough for nurses and doctors. They say masks could make people feel safe and mix more with other people. Health experts also worry that homemade masks are insufficient to prevent people from catching the virus. The White House said the most important thing is the social distance, washing your hands and not touching your face.
Good evening. My name is Xu Xianwen, S1042253. The following is my news report. Penguins from a zoo in Kansas visited a local art museum. The zoo and the art museum wanted the penguins to do something different. The penguins become lonely. The zoo said the penguins decided to go on a trip to the zoo to get a little culture. The penguins missed seeing zoo visitors. The zoo said, during this shutdown period, our animals really miss visitors. The museum joked that the penguins like Ayrton art. It said they like the artist Caravaggio more than Monet. It was happy the penguins liked the art. The penguins are from Peru and Chile. Thank you for your listening.
This is CNN with Taylor Wang. Good evening. Breaking news this morning. An Italian lady is suddenly the owner of a Pablo Picasso painting. She owned Picasso in a charity raffle. Her son bought her the $110 ticket for Christmas. The raffle draw was made on Wednesday and the lady was the lucky winner. Her son explained how he told his mother. He said, when he told her she had owned a Picasso, she said, "Please don't joke." He added, "It was maybe the best decision I have made in my life." His mother could not believe she had won. She said, "Winning is incredible." She added, "I have never owned anything before." The painting is called Still Life. Picasso painted and signed it in 1921. It shows a newspaper and a wine glass on a table. The winner was decided in Paris at an international auction house. The auction house valued the painting at $1.1 million. However, the billionaire art collector who gave the painting to the raffle said it was worth up to 3 times more than that. All of the money collected in the raffle will help to get water and people in Madagascar and Cameroon. And an NGO will build the repair wheels, washing facilities, and toilets in a countryside village. That's nightly news for the Saturday. I am Taylor Wang reporting from New York. I will see you tomorrow evening. Goodbye.
Today, the news topic is the Ford Master March 1 car is back. Ford is bringing back its Master March 1 car. The classic sports car is one of the most famous cars ever. It has been in many movies and American TV shows. The new March 1 has a high-performance engine. Ford said March 1 has a special place in Master history. It will deliver great looks and be the best racing Master ever. In 1964, Ford thought it would sell 100,000 March 1s. It became the biggest selling car since 1927. Ford sold over 1 million of them in 2 years. People called it a musical car. Another car company compared it. A journalist said the history of the March 1 gave us a sense of speed. Ford hopes it will stay in people's hearts. Thank you.
Good evening. Today I choose a news from breakingnews.com, and this news is associated with coronavirus. Hertz is a car rental company. It was established in 1923, and it provides a lot of cars to customers, and customers can rent it, and is famous for its service. But in the recent, this company has filed for bankruptcy protection. It's a worldwide second largest car rental company, has
10,000, 2,000 franchise worldwide. Yeah, but because of the COVID-19 and many countries and cities have been shut down, and tourists can travel to there, so they don't have the revenues and performance, so the company become bankrupt. How pity.
Japan has lowered the age of adulthood for the first time since 1876. From 2022, teenagers will become adults at 18 2 years earlier than the current age. There are still things that will not change. The legal age for drinking alcohol, smoking, and gambling will stay at 20. From 2022, 18 years old can marry without parental consent. They can also apply for loans. Transgender people over 18 will be able to apply to have their gender officially recognized. The new law should help Japanese economy. More people will get married and start families. This will help the falling birth rate and aging population. More financial freedom could provide more taxes to help the government pay for pensions and health care. Many of Japan's young people are more worried about how the traditional coming of age day will change. This is a national holiday in which 20-year-olds wear traditional kimonos to celebrate adulthood.